Laughing Pikachu here. Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we actually have another tag sort of video. I'm pretty excited about this, and if you guys do want to take part in this, feel free to do so. But the person who started this tag was James and Chloe Collects. I'll be leaving a link to their channel in the description, as well as a link to the playlist. The playlist is open so that you guys can add videos as well, so if you do decide to record a video, feel free to add it to the playlist. But yeah, today's video is basically it's a tag, and in the tag basically what you have to do is talk about your top 5 favorite Pokemon cards. And so these cards, they can, feel free to make them, your top 5 most expensive cards, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be, the ones that have the most, like, sentimental value to them, or, cards that really you think make your collection unique, or anything you want. Top 5 cards, you can interpret this sort of list any way you want, but yeah, top 5 favorite cards is basically what it means. And yeah, so let's go ahead and I'm just going to show you guys what my top 5 favorite cards are. So yeah, the first one here is a Lugia EX. This is a Japanese, like, old school card, first edition, but one of the reasons that this is such a special card to me is because when I was young in, like, elementary school, one of my friends had a Lugia EX that was similar to this, but in an English version, and it was a card that I always wanted to trade for, and at one point I almost offered, like, up my, almost my entire collection to try and get this one card right here, but I couldn't get it. And so finally, I saw it as a Japanese lot on eBay, and there was a Japanese version of this card, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it. And overall, I'm so pleased with this card. It was one of the first cards that I purchased from an eBay lot, and beautiful artwork. And so overall, one of my favorite old school EX cards, and my 5th favorite card in my collection at this time. Stick that in the background. Moving right along, we're sort of on an old school EX sort of theme. I don't really have many old school EXs in my collection, but I do have a couple. I think it's like less than 5, so I don't have many of these things. But number 4, as my 4th favorite card in my collection, is this Charizard EX old school card from Fire Red and Leaf Green. Now, there are many reasons why I like this card. First of all, it's an iconic card, especially for people who collect, like, older sorts of cards. Fire Red, Leaf Green, one of the most expensive sets out there, and this Charizard is one of the reasons why it's such a highly sought after set, because this is the most expensive card from the set. Now, this is an extremely damaged card. As you can see at the bottom, we've got a bunch of whitening. There's also, like, a crease. There's a scratch right there. You can kind of see it, and there's a crease along this side. So overall, not a perfect condition card by any means, but it was one of the very first trades that I did, and it was a massive, massive trade. I traded so many different EXs and ultra rare cards to get this card, but overall, not only does it bring back a bunch of memories of just trading and having fun, but overall, it's a very highly sought after card as well, and so overall, I'm very happy to have this in my collection. Alright, moving on to number 3, the Pikachu Gold Star. This was another card that I was actually able to trade for, and I still, like, very, very clearly remember the feeling of opening up that package the very first time and getting this card. I actually remember making a video about it, and it was so cool. I had this friend who I had traded with multiple times, and I knew that they had this, and I had offered so many things, but they kept saying, maybe next time, we'll work out a trade next time, I want to keep it for now. So I kept offering and offering and offering, and finally I was able to get it. And this was back when I had, like, I don't know, maybe 500 subscribers or something like that. I was in a pretty small channel back then, and it was one of the very first trades, and it's just, oh man, this is so cool. It was also one of my very first Gold Stars. I don't have many Gold Stars in my collection, but being Laughing Pikachu Gold Star overall, just, oh my gosh, I'm so incredibly fortunate to have this beautiful card in my collection. Alright, moving along, number 2 is this Charizard Gold Star. Now, this card is even more worse condition than that Charizard right there. Like, we've got whitening. Here, let me carefully pull this guy out. We have whitening, just crazy, crazy whitening. We got creases. And while this is not a video showing off its condition, the purpose of this video is instead to talk about the card. To be able to have this card in my collection, it's a big deal for me. The Charizard Gold Star is one of the most iconic Gold Stars, like, out there. Gold Stars to begin with are already a very, very hard, sort of collection and a collectible item to have. It's just one of those cards that, like, every Pokemon collector, especially for the old school collectors, like, they know that this card exists, and it's a card that everyone wants. And when I first got this card, it was a big deal to me, and I've loved it ever since. It's just, oh man, the artwork on it, it's simply incredible. It is so cool. gold stars. Oh my gosh, I can't get over them. Anyways, in the final card, I've mentioned this multiple times before when talking about, you know, my favorite card, because I get asked this a lot, but it is the Pikachu 15th anniversary Pikachu full art card. You know, being a full art collector and being, you know, such a large Pikachu fan, it's only natural that I love this card so freaking much. But for those of you who don't know, this was a Japanese exclusive card that was released over 5 years ago. Recently, Pokemon celebrated their 20th anniversary, and this was released on their 15th anniversary. So it's been 5 years now since this card was released. And it's a Japanese card, as you can see at the back. Beautiful condition. I'm so fortunate to be able to have this beautiful texture too. Like, let me give you guys a close-up of this to just, oh my gosh, it is freaking gorgeous. Like, look at that. It's very like fine texture on it, and just the way it picks up the light. Beautiful stuff. This was the very first time that I spent a lot of money purchasing a card. I think I ended up spending, I think it was like $60, which was it was a decent deal back then. Incredible deal now, but yeah. I think I got this right when my channel was picking up, and yeah, I don't purchase cards often sorry about the cut, but yeah, like I was saying, I don't purchase cards often just because I prefer to spend money on the channel and stuff like that, but this was the first time that I had made a step forward and tried to actually grow my collection, which was a big deal because this collection has, you know, brought this channel so far, and it's been seriously one of the most incredible journeys trying to get every single full art card, and this is one of those cards I never thought I'd have, but I'm holding it right now, and it's simply incredible. Anyways, I'm gonna slip this back into a sleeve because I feel like I'm going to break it somehow. But yeah, with that being said, that's gonna do it for my list of my top 5 favorite full art or favorite cards in my collection. Again, feel free to make your own list in the comments below or in your own video. If you do decide to make a video, you can go check out the playlist. But again, huge thank you to James and Chloe Collects for tagging me in this video, and best of luck to anyone who decides to make it. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys!